Hi, it's me, Arienette, and today I want to show you how to make these DIY Halloween costumes using things that you probably already have around in your house. I have an ice cream costume, an angel costume, and this Lana Del Rey costume. So let's get started with the ice cream costume first. First, you just need a plain white t-shirt. I picked mine up at Value Village, it only cost a couple of dollars, and then you need a hot glue gun and some popsicle sticks that are various different colors. I got mine at the dollar store and I bought them in this little kit with a bunch of other craft supplies. So first I just pulled out a couple of each color to make sure that I have all of the colors evenly, and then I'm going to put this piece of cardboard inside of the t-shirt and just glue the sticks on randomly. The idea is that you want them to look like sprinkles, and then the shirt is going to be like the ice cream. So you don't really need a white shirt, you could use any kind of color that would be like an ice cream color. Be careful when you put the glue on, you want to get some glue along the whole length of the stick so that they stay on better, and you don't want to burn your fingers. When it's done, just take the cardboard out and the glue dries up really fast. Next, I'm using this alligator clip and I'm going to stick on one of these big plastic Christmas baubles. I also picked this up at the dollar store. First, I pulled out the little thing that you're supposed to hang it with, and I'm just going to put a lot of hot glue on. I made sure to hold it still while it started to set, and then once it was fully dry, I could take it off the cardboard. And here's the finished product. I added in some nude colored fishnets and this long kind of knit skirt because I thought it looked like an ice cream cone. I really love this look. It gives me like pin-up vibes, especially with the headband and if I gather my hair up like this. I would totally wear my hair like up with this costume. I think it kind of adds to the ice cream cone effect. Also, I think it would be cool if you matched your ice cream color to your hair color. If you like, you could also switch out for a shorter skirt, but where I live it is pretty cold during Halloween, so we always have to bundle up. I kept my makeup really simple, but I added in some red blush and a red lip to match the cherry on top. Alright, next let's create this angel costume. This is so incredibly easy. I saw this on Pinterest and I couldn't really believe it existed, but here we go. I'm gonna start with some very thick paper. You could use card, but I decided to use this watercolor paper because it's already white and I didn't want to have to like paint it. So fold the paper in half and cut out one angel wing and try to leave a little bit of a gap in the middle there. So this is made using coffee filters. And I made my wings quite small so that this didn't become too tedious, but just keep in mind if you make them bigger, you're going to be folding and gluing coffee filters for quite a while. So if you've ever made an origami paper crane, the technique I'm using to fold the coffee filters is pretty much one of those techniques. So you kind of like create two triangle shapes on top of each other and flatten it that way so that you don't have one side that's like bigger than the other, which you would get if you did an accordion fold. And then I glued them on just in groups of 3 because I found that that gave me a really nice shape. This didn't take too long, and then at the very top I made sure to turn one of the filters the other way around so that it was more rounded, and then I glued that on top. At the bottom of the wings, I did try to add a little bit of extra glue and sort of push the filters down so that they would be smaller at the bottom and more full at the top. Be very careful that you don't burn your hands. You may want to get like a pencil or a stick or something that you can use to push the filters down once you add the glue. Next, I decided to make this kind of harness thing out of elastic to attach the wings to. So I've seen these all over Pinterest and Instagram, and usually they're made of like leather or like straps kind of, like that you'd see in a backpack or something like that. But on Pinterest, they like to make them out of elastic, and I was really lucky. I had some elastic laying around, and I also had these little rings. I suggest that you buy rings that are at least double this size because I had a hard time getting all of the elastic through. I completely winged this. I looked at a couple of pictures of harnesses on Pinterest and then I just measured it across my body. Make sure that if you measure it on yourself, you leave room for sewing, because you're gonna have to fold everything over as you put it through a ring and then sew it. So make sure you leave about an extra inch every time you cut. Go very slowly with this part so that you don't have anything turned the wrong way, so you don't have to do any more sewing. I had to cut part of my band, the band at the back. I had to cut that and sew it again because I'd made it way too big, so I don't know if that's normal, but I feel like that's probably a common mistake. The sewing process is so easy. I just tried to keep the backs all facing the same way so that they would be hidden against my body when I wear the harness. And I tried to use the same thread as the elastic. And here is the finished result. I put the harness on over this tight white t-shirt, and then I separated my wings and I actually taped them onto the harness at the back. I think it came out really cute considering this is made of coffee filters. If you want to go all out, I totally recommend making a halo. If you look on Pinterest, there are so many different ideas for making a halo. I didn't have time to do that today. I'm sorry, I was kind of running behind. You could also wear this with a shorter skirt. I decided to put on some frilly socks and my white fishnets to make the look a little bit more fun for Instagram. I kept my makeup really simple and I used hot rollers in my hair. I was trying to go for that like 90s Victoria's Secret angel thing, but yeah, we can all dream, right? So lastly, I'm going to show you this really quick put together costume. Who is more iconic than Lana? I decided to try to recreate a Lana Del Rey album cover, but I did get a little confused along the way here, so bear with me. You know how much I love pin curls, and when I see questions regarding Lana Del Rey's personal style, the question I see most is how on earth do you recreate that old Hollywood hair? And let me tell you, that's kind of one of my specialties. I've been trying to perfect it over the years. I have the secret for you. You start with a wet set for pin curls, and then once it's all dry, you take them out, and then it's really curly, and then you brush it out with a smoothing brush. So here I'm showing you a really easy way you can do pin curls at home without those clips. You can just use pieces of cut up cloth and you wrap the pin curl around it and just tie it in a knot. You can even sleep in these, they're so comfy. So here's the makeup I'm trying to recreate. This is the look from Lana's music video Love, and it's also the look from the album cover for Lust for Life. The hair in this music video is different to the hair that I've done, but as I said before, this is kind of like the hairstyle that people always want to know how to copy, so like if you choose a different Lana look, I got you covered. So I started with just my regular base makeup. I decided to go for this cream kind of blush that isn't a powder because the powder blush kind of makes me look older than I am, and I wanted to look nice and dewy and soft. I put on less blush than I normally do, and I put it more in the like standard position where it's kind of lower on your cheeks where it should be, rather than where I've been putting it lately. I have not made my brows this thick since they were this thick, so this is like a really strange experience for me, but I noticed she has really thick, kind of fluffy brows in this look. And then she has this really light pastel kind of blue-purple eyeshadow. Mine came out kind of muddy, but that's okay. If you want to really go for that 60s look, you should add a little bit of a cut crease with some darker shadow. And then to get that dramatic wing, I'm actually going to use powder. And to start, I'm using a medium gray and then blending that out and going over it really slowly and carefully with the black. This way you get it exactly how you want it, and you can make sure that they're even on both sides. To finish the look, I'm going to add some mascara and some lashes, and then my lips are going to be just overlined with kind of like a regular lip color, and then I'm going to fill them in with this nude lipstick from Milk. And there's our 60s soft glam look. These lashes are a lot, but I really like them. Definitely think you should add lashes if you're doing a Lana look. Once your hair is completely dry, you can undo the knots on those rags and then take them out carefully. Your hair is going to be so curly, but if you brush it with this kind of smoothing brush here, I believe this is called a boar bristle brush, you can get this old Hollywood waves look. And now the more you brush, the more the curls are going to like fall out and it's going to be softer and wavier. Hair like this has great movement, so take advantage of it and do as many hair flips as you can. Now for the outfit, I'm going to wear this cute little white dress, which is totally a Unif dupe that I bought on YesStyle, and I have filled my hair with these little daisies. I wish I had the white daisies, but I don't, so please forgive me. If you're gonna wear this look out, I suggest that you just put a little bit of hot glue onto the back of those daisies and attach some kind of hair clip. That way you won't be picking them up off the floor all night. But those are the 3 looks that I have to show you. Thank you so much for clicking on me today. There are so many things here on YouTube that you could have clicked on, but you chose me, and that makes me super happy. I'll see you really soon. Bye!